This is 300 Random Facts, the compilation of the first 10 episodes of 30 Random Facts. If you watch them all, like the video and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you have any facts, feel free to comment. You might appear in the videos.
Mammoths still existed when the Great Pyramids of Giza were built. Clouds weigh around 1,000,000 tons. There was a chicken that lived 18 months without a head. The shortest war in history is the Anglo-Zanzibar War, which lasted for just 38 minutes. Chainsaws were invented by a medical doctor as a tool for childbirth. Nintendo was founded in 1889 and was used to sell Hanafuda cards. Ampersand used to be the 27th letter of the alphabet, but it was removed because it's not really a letter. The brand name Spam is a combination of spicy and ham. The longest video on YouTube is 225 hours long. Marie Antoinette made a boat out of her hair. The main theme song from the game Tetris is actually come from the Russian folk song Kroveniki. When Coca-Cola first sold to the store, it contained cocaine. Queen Elizabeth II and Marilyn Monroe were born in the same year in 1926. None of the Beatles could write or read sheet music. The national animal of Scotland is a unicorn. The Mona Lisa was stolen in 1911, which is the reason why this painting grew more visitors and got famous. The most liked post on Instagram is just a picture of an egg. Keanu Reeves was born in Lebanon. Winnie the Pooh is banned in China because Pooh looks like the ruler Xi Jinping. The names of the 4 ghosts from Pac-Man are Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. Google was originally called Backrub. Bats are the only mammal that can fly. The Volkswagen Beetle was designed by Adolf Hitler. Lego is a portmanteau of like God, which means play well in English. The shortest song ever written is You Suffer by Napalm Death, which is 1.316 seconds long. A dot on the letter I and J are called tittle. Ludwig van Beethoven was almost deaf when Ode to Joy was written. SpongeBob SquarePants used to be called SpongeBoy, but Nickelodeon found out that the name SpongeBoy was already used. There are over 5.5 million vending machines in Japan. And finally, area of Russia is bigger than the planet Pluto. The Eiffel Tower is originally placed in Barcelona. Ketchup was once sold as medicine. A single strand of spaghetti is called a spaghetto. Bubble wrap originally used as wallpaper. Ancient Egyptians used slabs of stones as pillows. Patch candy was invented to help smokers quit. Adolf Hitler won the Nobel Peace Prize. Elephants are the only mammal that can't jump. There are more trees on Earth than stars in galaxy. Humans and giraffes have the same number of neck bones. Humans are the only animals that blush. The Olympics logo represents each continent. Strawberries aren't berries, but bananas are. Falling coconuts kill more people than sharks. Roman Emperor Caligula once fought the god of the sea, Poseidon. The actual name for the hashtag symbol is Octothorpe, a shrimp's heart in its hand. Honey never expires. The largest stadium in the world is in North Korea. Oreo is a ripoff of another company called Hydra. Sliced bread was invented in 1928. A blob of toothpaste on a toothbrush is called a nurdle. Octopuses have 3 hearts. Oxford Word of the Year 2015 is a laughing crying emoji. About 1% of people alive today are descended from Genghis Khan. Australian banknotes are made of plastic. Neptune, Uranus, Saturn can rain diamonds. Tiger's skin also striped. Lemon floats in water, but limes sink. And finally, bananas are radioactive. Wait, what? German chocolate cake was named after a baker, Samuel German. There are 2 countries that have the color purple on their flags. Hollywood was actually named Hollywoodland. An actual name for a cookie monster is Sid. Hawaiian pizza was made in Canada. Lettuce is a member of the sunflower family. Baby owls are called owlets. Alexander the Great named over 70 cities after himself. Albert Einstein was offered the presidency of Israel. He denied. Mayan people worship turkey as gods. Kimono means things to wear. The most used hashtag on Instagram are love, instagood, me, cute, and follow. A lion's roar can be heard from 5 miles away. There are 200 different Kit Kats in Japan. The most frequently purchased Amazon products in 2024 are the Apple AirTags and Stanley Tumbler. The last letter added to the English alphabet is J. Fidel Castro survived 600 assassination attempts. Cleopatra's reign was closer to the moon landings than the Great Pyramids being built. Tug of war was once an Olympic sport. Harry Potter glasses has no lenses. The Twitter bird's name is Larry. A group of flamingos are called flamboyants. The color orange was named after the fruit orange. 4 is the only number that is spelled with the same number of letters as itself. The first movie to be released on DVD is Twister. There are 40,000 toilet-related injuries in the United States each year. %15% of iPhone users uses an iPhone with a broken screen. Tom and Jerry's full name is Thomas Jester Cat Sr. and Gerald Jinx Mouse. Drummers of Queen and Duran Duran had the same name. If you add all the numbers of the roulette wheel, you get 666. Santa Claus is inspired by Saint Nicholas. Orthodox Christians celebrate Christmas on January 7th. First Christmas celebrated in history dates back to 336 AD. The red and white Santa Claus is popularized by Coca-Cola. Jingle Bells was originally a Thanksgiving song. The Christmas tree gained popularity by the husband of Queen Victoria, Prince Albert. Brenda Lee recorded rocking around the Christmas tree when she was 13 years old. The word Christmas comes from the Old English term Christus Massey, meaning Christ's Mass. The largest Christmas present is the Statue of Liberty in 1889 given by France. If you gave all the gifts listed in the 12 Days of Christmas, it would equal 364 presents. Christmas was outlawed in America by Puritans between 1659 to 1681. Jingle Bells is the first song broadcasted in space. Charles Dickens took 6 weeks to write Christmas Carol. Santa Claus has his own postal code in Canada. Eating mince pie on Christmas is illegal in England. All 50 states in America grow Christmas trees. 3 billion Christmas cards are sent in the United States each year. William the Conqueror was crowned on Christmas Day in 1066. In Ukraine, people decorate spiderwebs on Christmas trees. There is a town called Christmas in Michigan and Florida. Eggnogs were invented in medieval times. About 30 to 35 million Christmas trees are sold each year. The Queen's speech was first broadcasted in 1957. Mariah Carey wrote All I Want for Christmas Is You in just 15 minutes. The X in Xmas means Christ in Greek. Christmas lights was invented by Thomas Edison. Silent Night is the most recorded Christmas song in history. The highest grossing Christmas movie of all time is The Grinch. People in Japan eat KFC for Christmas. In the Victorian era, people decorated candles on trees instead of lights.
There were female gladiators in ancient Rome, and they were called gladiatrix. Abraham Lincoln is in the Wrestling Hall of Fame. The University of Oxford is older than Aztec Empire. Cat's ear have 32 muscles. The capital of Singapore is Singapore. Go is the shortest sentence in the English language. Bluetooth is named after the 10th century Scandinavian king Harald Bluetooth Gormson. Pineapples are considered wealthy in 18th century England. Almonds are a member of the peach family. The lighter was debated 3 years before the match. Getting crushed by an elephant was a popular form of execution in ancient Asia, especially India. There are more chicken than people in the world. The loudest sound recorded in history was the Krakatoa volcanic eruption in 1883. It sounded like this. US cars generally honk in the F key. A red bell pepper has 3 times more vitamin C than an orange. The only domestic animals not mentioned in the Bible is the cat. Sonic the Hedgehog's full name is Ogilvy Maurice Wentworth Hedgehog. A group of crows is called a murder. Maine is the only state whose name is just one syllable. The Philippines consists of 7,641 islands. The world record for most t-shirts worn at one is 260. Finland has the most metal bands. A dragonfly has a lifespan of 24 hours. Peanuts are one of the ingredients of dynamite. 56% of internet users have Googled themselves. There was a pandemic called Dancing Plague, which occurred in 1518. Starfish have no brains. Snails have about 2,000 to 40,000 teeth. No English word that rhymes with month. A few of numbers is called arithmophobia. A chicken came first according to the Bible. Les Miserables has an 823 word long sentence. Astronaut comes from the Greek word astro, which means star, and naut, which means sailor. Bangkok's full name is... yeah, I'm not gonna read that. Potatoes were the first vegetables grown in space. Olympic gold medals were made in silver. Owning just one guinea pig is illegal in Switzerland. It is because guinea pigs are highly social. The first book ever written on a typewriter was The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. There is a unit of measurement of time called Jiffy. Playing electronic dance music can help ward off mosquitoes. The first number containing the letter A is 1000. Pineapples take 1 to 3 years to grow. Lightning strikes on Earth 100 times per second. A group of lemurs are called conspiracy. Snoop Dogg's real name is Calvin Cordozer Brodus Jr. The closest US state to Africa is Maine. The opposite side of the die will always equal to 7. French fries were invented in Belgium. Dreamt is the only word in the English language that ends with MT. Dolphins call each other by names. The most popular game on Game Boy is Super Mario Land. There is a city in Oregon called Boring. The most printed book in the world is the catalog for IKEA. Incan people used knots to count. The first Pokemon created by the team is Rhydon. Paul McCartney wrote Yesterday and Let It Be in his dream. Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character. Monopoly Man's real name is Milburn Pennybags. The infinity sign is also called the lemniscate. Sneezing could fracture your ribs. Pitching can tell the difference between Picasso and Monet. Eiffel Tower can grow 50 cm taller during summer. You can hear a blue whale's heartbeat from 2 miles away. Baby rabbits are called kits. Billie Eilish's No Time to Die is the most awarded song in history. The Chupa Chups logo was designed by Salvador Dali. Banging your head against the wall for 1 hour burns 150 calories. There are 31,556,926 seconds in a year. Queen Elizabeth II was a trained mechanic. The most popular letter in the alphabet is E and the least is Z. Nepal has the most public holidays. The first Your Mom jokes were discovered on the 3,500-year-old Babylonian tablet. May 19th is officially put on a pillow on a fridge day. The couple in the painting American Gothic are actually father and daughter. Australia once declared war on emus. They lost. The longest English word is 889,819 letters long. 90% of the human population lives in the northern hemisphere. 433 by John Cage is the musical number involving 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence. The average color of space is cosmic latte. The average golf ball has 336 dimples. Octopuses or octopus actually have 6 arms and 2 legs. Bob Dylan's birth name is Robert Zimmerman. Eating carrots can turn your skin orange. Sharks have no bones. All clownfish are born male and become female later in life. Central Park in New York City is larger than the country of Monaco. Watermelon is 92% water. The Leaning Tower of Pisa took 199 years to build. The Terminator script was sold for $1. The world's hottest planet is Venus. In the Netherlands version of the Sesame Street, instead of Big Bird, they have the blue bird named Pino. He was later established as Big Bird's cousin. The 21 Pilots fanbase are called the Skeleton Clique. A goldfish has a memory span of 3 seconds. Average people fear spiders more than death. 8 of the 10 largest statues are the Buddhas. The most difficult Chinese characters require 52 strokes to write, and it holds no meaning. The Boston Marathon didn't allow female runners until 1972. In Israel, it is illegal to bring bears to the beach. It snowed in the Sahara Desert for 30 minutes on the 18th of February in 1979. There is an underwater post office in the South Pacific. Babies have more bones than adults. In Sweden, Cool Ranch Doritos are called Cool American. Giraffes are more likely to be struck by lightning than humans. Tom Hanks and Mr. Rogers are distant cousins. In a 2008 survey, 58% of British teenagers thought Sherlock Holmes was real, while 20% thought Winston Churchill was not. Facebook engineers originally wanted to call the like button the awesome button. Humans share 50% of the DNA with bananas. Cotton candy was invented by the dentist. Fergie bought Sally from Peanuts when she was young. Anne Frank and Martin Luther King Jr. were born in the same year in 1929. Nearly half of all email sends are spams. The longest English literature ever written is a Loud House fanfiction. Obviously, Yoda and Miss Piggy are voiced by the same person. There is a war called Football War that was started by the game of soccer. Hippos sweat blood. There are only 2 escalators in the state of Wyoming. An Australian lake is naturally pink. The world's oldest known recipe is for beer. A cat from Tom and Jerry is originally named Jasper. And ancient Roman soldiers used pee as toothpaste. What the fuck? The Spice Girls were originally a band called Touch. Google Images was created after people searched for Jennifer Lopez's dress. Their first airplanes flew on December 17, 1903. Finland is the happiest country according to the 2019 World Happiness Report. Outer space is completely silent. M&M's stand for Horace Mars and Bruce Murray after the businessmen who created them. Australia was also called as New Holland until the early 19th century. Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico are the only 4 US states where you can stand at once. Psycho is the first movie to show a toilet flushing. The most painful stings known to mankind is platypus. Oh god! Japan is made up of 6,852 islands. Jupiter has over 70 moons. Sharks lived on Earth before trees. Montpelier in Vermont is the only state capital with no McDonald's. Saturn is the lightest planet in the solar system, so light in fact that it would float in water. The dingo fence in Australia is longer than the distance between New York to London. The only letters that don't appear in a periodic table are J and Q. The first written instance of OMG was the letter sent to Winston Churchill in 1917. George Washington never knew dinosaurs existed. Drinking too much water could result in death. Violin bows are commonly made from horsehair. GoldenEye on Nintendo 64 are made by only 9 people. Julius Caesar's last words is not "And you, Brutus," but it's actually "You too, my child." The longest wars in history are Roman-Persian War, lasting over 680 years. Empire by Andy Warhol is a movie consisting of 8 hours and 5 minutes of the black and white footage of the Empire State Building. A bolt of lightning is 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. The Webster Dictionary accidentally included the word that doesn't exist. Video games relieve more stress than therapy. Samsung means 3 stars in Korean. Bi-weekly means twice a week or once every 2 weeks. From now on, I'll upload the new videos bi-weekly. So when is it exactly? The word robot comes from the Czech word robota, which means forced labor or work. The longest word without a vowel is rhythm. The first 4th of July celebration was in 1777. Bob Marley's son, Ziggy Marley, wrote the theme song for Arthur. A group of owls is called a parliament. The world's largest snowflakes are 50 inches wide. Alaska is the most northern, eastern, and western state of the United States. the Brontosaurus never existed. A human small intestine is 6 meters long. In 2019, Macaulay Culkin changed his name to Macaulay Culkin. The motto of the British coat of arms is in French, and it means God am I right. 4 of the highest grossing films of all time were released in 2015. Avengers Age of Ultron, Furious 7, Jurassic World, and the Star Wars The Force Awakens. Your brain is 80% water. Bernard's Ginger Ales is the oldest soda still ever sold. It was founded by the pharmacist James Bernard in 1866. A group of ferrets is called a business. Russia has the most man-made satellite in orbit in the world, a total of 2,271. The more salt you put on ice, the more it melts. Australia exports sand from Saudi Arabia. Earth used to be purple. There is a jail for polar bears. Camels originated in North America. There are more cars than people in Los Angeles. When Pink Floyd designed the Animals cover, the inflatable pig escaped and caused the airport to cancel the flight. Nutella or Nutella invented during World War II. If you ate nothing but rabbit meat, you would die from protein poisoning. Mr. and Mrs. originated from using master and mistress. Only 2% of population have blue eyes. The AD and BC system was not proposed until 525 AD by a monk. However, it was not widely used until the 9th century. The Q in Q-tips stand for quality. Snakes can predict earthquakes.